Let's see if we can get to it. Travis Scott lands his third number one album with Utopia. Okay. He sold 496 equivalent units. And yeah, it was. Let me just keep reading. This is his third number one and first solo album since 2018, which started atop the chart. In between Astro and Utopia, the Jack Boys supergroup led by Scott also notched the number one. And also in the top 10, Post Malone, who, by the way, did drop an album. I don't think we really talked about it because it felt like it wasn't really meant for like hip hop, but whatever. The Billboard 200 charts ranked, whatever. Let me show you the stats to how his numbers break down. Of Utopia's 477,000 equivalent units in the week, 243, I thought it was 497 or 496. Oh, wait. I'm trying to get the numbers right. Well, they said 477 here now. 243,000 were streams, right? And by the way, that was the second biggest streaming week of 2023. I think maybe Taylor Swift got the biggest streaming week, or maybe Drake. And then the album consisted of 252,000. What the fuck? Album sales was 252,000. So what album sales are, bundles count in album sales. As long as with a bundle, you buy a shirt, you also buy an album. As long as the album gets scanned, it's an album. So who knows? These is 252,000 shirts, I don't know, pants, shoes, whatever. And the tracked out units, which means how many times people bought one track, and every 10 tracks equals to one album sales, was 1,000. So people bought, this is 1,000 times 10. So people bought 10,000 singles, which for a single these days to buy, you probably got to go on iTunes and buy one song, right? So the album sales, which means people either went on iTunes, which who kind of does that, but still, or bought the bundles. So the bundles came here, streaming is here, bundles are here, and this is tracked out, track equivalent album sales. Streaming activity comprises nearly half of the first week. So basically, Travis Scott's number compared to Drake, just cut the shit in half. Travis really did 250. You get what I mean? Like, he did 250, but he sold 250 clothes or whatever. The said streaming activity, blah, 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 blah. The most streamed song on the album by official on-demand stream is Meltdown with Drake, who this is obviously Pusha T. It accounted for nearly 10% of the album streams during the week. This is why I'm saying Drake got this whole thing on a crazy cheat code. Bro, it's fucking Travis Scott. He drops an album with 19 songs. Your song with him, which obviously, granted, I do get they had Sycamore before, so it's a lot of anticipation, but your song is 10%. So your song pretty much counts, like, I don't think anything else was even more than like 7 or 8%. It just shows how popular Drake is, or maybe Drake and Travis are together. Okay, cool. Let me see. It's available with 3 different track lists: a standard one, and one that includes a digital retailer. Okay. The Utopia sales were enhanced by its availability over 5 CD variants, each with a different cover, 5 vinyl variants with different colors and vinyl. By the way, Taylor Swift does both of these. 15 deluxe box sets, each containing a piece of clothing, branded clothing, and a copy of the album on CD or vinyl. 6 Zine/CD deluxe edition, where a copy of the CD is housed inside a magazine package, whatever. 2 fan pack offers, right? In which customers could choose to purchase a copy of the CD or vinyl, blah, blah. Initially, the assorted CD and vinyl album cover art was not displayed to customers on Scott's web store. When fans placed orders, they selected one of 5 covers, not knowing what the final design would look like. Eventually, closer to street date, the cover art for all variants was released. All physical formats of the album are sold exclusively through his site. It has not been announced when or if when the physical album will be released wide to other retailers. They drove customers to his web store during the Utopia pre-order campaign and during the first week, thanks to the frequent merchandise releases along merch drops. The website promoted discount prices on Utopia going as low as $4.99 for digital album. In Utopia's 252,000 copies sold in the first week, which is those are the album sales, right? So that includes all the bundles. Of that sum, digital downloads comprise 111,000 copies, with 79 of that sum comes from a first edition variant. So that's a bundle, right? So digital downloads, and by the way, he didn't release any physical. So if you want to know how many people just solely bought the album, get my calculator back again. 111 times, let me see if it's 79. 79 or 100 minus 79 is going to be 21. So 111 times 0.21. Where's my fucking calculator? Okay, so 23,000, or actually no, yeah, 23,310 copies. Okay, so 23,310 copies were actually bought from Utopia. That's what it is. I'll show you the calculator. Sometimes y'all love to see me doing math. I would hope. The rest came from bundles. So the rest of the 252 is from bundles. So how I got that number was 111. So I'm operating in thousands times 0.21 because 79% came from this first edition bundle. So the rest of them has to come from non-bundles. So that would be 0.21 equals this times 1,000. So just go back in regular terms. So this is his album sales without bundles. So the first edition variant, that bundle, got, how much is 79% of that? I'll do that. So 111 times 0.79 times 1,000. So 87,000 came from this first edition variant. CD sales comprised of 63%. Keep in mind, even though it says CD sales, they were selling the CDs on his website with the merch. You know what I mean? 80% of that, right? It says 80% of that were CD housed in box sets and whatever. And then vinyls was pretty much kind of like the rest. All right. Their vinyl sales, which was so big. By the way, this is a new thing in hip hop now. Taylor Swift did it and did crazy. Everybody's buying vinyls, even if they're not using a player to play the vinyl copy of it. It becomes like merchandise that. What's the name of that fucking word? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Memorabilia. So like shit, you want to be one of the people who has the Utopia vinyl if you really like Travis Scott. It was the largest sales week for any hip-hop and rap vinyl. I hear Drake will be doing that. Drake coming in the future will be doing that. I think Drake will break it. I think, Kendrick's definitely going to break it. Kendrick, a lot of these backpacker niggas, they be having fans who really love memorabilia shit. So Kendrick definitely going to break it. Drake probably going to break this record too. And who else probably going to break it? I don't know if Barb's might buy some vinyls, but even though it seemed like they just buy shit. Okay. All right. Oh, notably. Oh, this is good to know. They said Scott sold 55,000 of vinyl edition copies as individual purchases. Now, granted, those were different color-coded things. Still kind of considered, it ain't really a bundle, but it was sold on the bundle website, so I don't know. Those not contained in a deluxe box set with merch, that figure would still represent the largest week, blah, 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 blah. All right, man, congrats to Travis Scott. He finessed the system again, 500,000. Ain't mad at him. I know his team this week was battling. I don't know who is going against him on a PR level, but they were putting out all these stories basically saying that Travis Scott knew people were dying at Astro World Fest and he kept the shit going. His team was trying their best to get those out of here. Shit, I even talked to his team. They were like, yo, whoa, chill. Can we leave this for next week? I'm like, no, brother. No, motherfucker. They felt that somebody was trying to attack their album sales by talking about Astroworld Fest. I don't know. Anyway, congrats to Travis Scott. Congrats to the boy. All right, what else?